last year. They call him Dr. Meredith now. And they asked him about the civil rights movement. And he's a historian backwards on it. He can do it backwards. And they asked him about the civil rights movement. And he said this here, and this is true. After the Civil War, when the Southern whites formed the Southern Baptists, a religious group, and they made sure when they got their power base back after construction, when they pulled these troops out, and these Ku Klux Klans came in at night, killed blacks by the people, and they were fed with them sheets on and holding them there and living there at night. And they gave the word, they gave birth to the word prejudice, because they wrote everything in the Constitution, 1890 Constitution, to disenfranchise blacks totally. Accommodation, education, jobs, and everything. And he said that's who gave the birth to the word prejudice, the Southern Baptists. They did it. And it just now began to see light at the end of the tunnel. They elected a black-headed organization. I don't know whether a token or just a figurehead or what, but at least it shows some kind of equality, some kind of but they really did that. And these young people, like this young girl left here, the reason they don't know anything about it because they suppressed it at integration in 1970. You couldn't talk about it, black experience. Really flunk you out. So it wasn't why they didn't want to know it, it just wasn't exposed to it. And now they get a chance to get to it. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed for the fail in the future. And so I'm glad that you wrote that book, because you weren't born at the time I knew Meredith. I met her in 1961 when I went to Jackson State. And I used to wonder why he wore a uniform all the time. He had a briefcase and played with them shoes were spotless. No lie. He was that way all the way around. He remembered what he said. And I got a chance to meet his wife and his brother Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur Meredith. They were here about 2 years ago, and I got a chance to talk to him. But he still looked well to be 80 years old.
Yes.
Right. Very well.
Yeah.
I would like to see somebody, they're probably going to do it anyway, do a move of his life.
Yeah, I would too.
Childhood to where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And let the younger people see it for themselves.
What you got to do.
Huh?
Movie.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Right.
Movie. That will tell the story.
Because Morgan Freeman and I went to the same high school together. The actor. And he was something like Meredith, the only thing but he wasn't.
There are a lot of people that collaborate with it because
Yeah.
you say you and I, we were there.
What school did y'all go to?
Broad
Street.
Huh?
On the top of the state in the country.
Broad Street.
Broad Street High School.
Where was that at?
I think on Broad
I
Street.
live on Broad Street. Right
Is
here.
Morgan Freeman from Greenwood?
Right here in Greenwood.
Morgan Freeman lived around with the track.
He's a native.
Yeah.
Were you here when Mark Carmichael came through here?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You too?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't see
I
him.
was, yeah. I was, you know.
This is one of the toughest places in the world. We had some fighters here.
What's your class year for high school graduation?
66, 67, that year.
Okay.
You know, I graduated in 67, but it was that 66.
I didn't realize how far we had advanced until I left high school. You know, when I found out that the girl that played on In the Heat of the Night played the maid, Thomas Silver, was right across the track.
Stewart. Thomas Harris.
Across the track. Yeah, she live in Alabama now.
Oh, yeah, I know. But she grew up here in Greenwood.
Yeah, went to same school.
Right there.
On
That was
the corner
65.
of Cotton and Hill.
Yeah,
There
right
you go.
That's right.
That's one of our major
That's
restaurants.
right. She
That's one of our major restaurants.
Oh, okay.
She do that corner though.
Oh, yeah. She knows it.
Yeah, she's the expert at that corner.
Were you here too in '66?
Yeah, I had just come back home.
Right.
Were you in the crowd or
Nope. My mom had a fit. She said with my temper, and if somebody spit on me, I was gonna get the whole crowd killed. So my best bet was to stay out of it and serve hamburgers and food and stuff. I worked for Willie,
Yeah.
and he fed a lot, did a lot of it. All my action really was behind the scenes.
Oh, okay, okay. Were you in the crowd?
Well, no, not in that particular
setting. No. Cause I'm in my 60s. But, I was not in that
In the
particular
early
setting, but, when Stokely and all of them came here,
Yeah, man, in your high school,
the
yeah.
Freedom House, you remember the Freedom
Yeah.
House, Norm? Right there on
Broad Street.
Broad Street. They all would get together there for meetings. And it was called the Freedom House. But
Yeah.
Stokely
Freedom
Carmichael, Michael and all of them were here for that. So that was during the Civil Rights time. Back in the early 60s, I think, early 60s. And I was just a teenager.
See, Meg Evers came in the early 60s. You know, Sam Block and all of them, they came out of another town in Bolivar County.
Oh, you came here?
Yeah, they came over here. So we had a lot of things that didn't happen in Bolivar County. Like the Megan Legion for veterans. And a lot of the World War II veterans were still around. And they wanted to be a part of civil rights. You know, a lot like Evelyn said, they didn't get out in the public, but they played behind the scene. They gave us advice. And so whenever we had something we want to do or organize, they will always give us some of the best advice you can find. But they had families. A lot of them was employed by white people who would fight them off their job. Even if you register to vote, they put your name in the paper. And then they say, you know, you lose your job. And so we went through hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes, indeed.
That's really. And sometimes I look back.